Hi everyone, hello, welcome back to my channel. Everyone, say hi everyone, hello, hi, this is Millie. Today is going to be a pho night, making pho, and I wanted to show you all the ingredients because this is my type of pho. I like to do beef pho, it's my favorite, but I personally don't like to do the full, I want to, not that I don't like to, I want to make the legit kind of pho, but I am lazy and this takes 30 minutes and this is no means legit, I know that, but it's just quick and easy and I think it's really simple to do, and most of the items you can keep in stock and usually you have them around you anyway, so I figured why not. So I tried, it took me a couple times to really kind of get there with the recipe, but I hope you guys enjoy it. If you try it, please let me know and tag me on Instagram. Everything will be linked down below in my social. Okay, let's get started. Alrighty, so I'm going to be recording a voiceover for some portions of the video. My iPhone 6s is apparently doing pretty bad. It's working, but I just don't know why the audio is in and out like the last two videos, and parts of this video is as well, and it's driving me insane, so I'm trying to figure that out. So please don't mind the voiceover in parts of this video, but basically what I'm talking about here is the ingredients, and I'm talking about a large pot. I have a large pot from the Rachel Ray collection and I love it, it's one of my favorites. And then I also have 32 ounces of beef broth. I was also saying that you should get no salt added, but they didn't have that whenever I went to go get it, so it's just I was able to get what I was able to get because I was shopping around Christmas time. I also am talking about a large pitcher of water, and that's going to be really helpful just to dilute everything, because the way I do it is I add 2 of the beef broth in one pot and then the pitcher of water just to help dilute everything down, and then I add some beef paste. So you'll see that here in a second. So I'm also showing you our noodles that we like to eat, my husband and I. It's our Vietnamese noodles, it's rice noodles. Normally pho has rice noodles, so this is just what we use. It cooks like 1.5 minutes. It's very quick. I talk about that later on in the video, but this is just one of our favorites, and I usually just cook 1 per each of us. And then I'm also talking about bean sprouts. Bean sprouts, my favorite thing in the world. I love bean sprouts. I eat bean sprouts all the time. I have many different recipes that I will be uploading, but I love bean sprouts, so very big part of pho. And then also some fresh cilantro, and I'm also talking about that because I love cilantro. And then half of a white onion is coming up. And then the next thing after that is I can't pronounce it. It's either called aniseed or aniseed or aniseed. I don't even know how to pronounce it, but it's just that nice, good powdered aniseed. I'm just gonna call it that. And then after that, I show you I have ginger powder. All of this I have generally got at my local Asian market. Most of the stuff is a base product and it's easy to keep in your cabinets. And it's pretty cheap too if you have a local Asian market. And then I also am showing you I have hoisin sauce, one of my favorites. It really adds to it. I'm also talking about kimchi base as well. Now you don't have to use this, it's really not needed, but I just like to add it because I really do love kimchi. I eat kimchi a lot on its own and in recipes, so it's just really good. And then next I am showing you my Vietnamese instant beef flavor paste. It's for pho. That's just the one I normally get, and last time it lasted me about 1.5 months, I would say, and I cook this basically like every week, so I cook it way too often. So after that, I am showing you the real lime juice. This is just what I use. Obviously, fresh lime juice would be the best, but that's just what I have. And then I'm showing you another holy grail of mine, which is sriracha. I eat sriracha with everything. I'm obsessed, and I will never not be obsessed. It's delicious. And the next thing I'm showing you is the beef shaved steak. It's for Philly cheesesteak. I got it at Aldi's. It was pretty cheap, but it's so thin that it cooks very, very, very quickly. So you do not need any thicker one than I would say of that one. Alrighty, so I got everything ready to go. I cut up some stuff and my hands are clean. And I just turned my stove on to number 7, which is like more of like a medium to high heat if you want. I just like to kind of start it low and slow, and then I kind of start, once everything's in, I just put everything on high. So we're going to start off with our beef broth. We're going to pour both of them in right now. Pour them both straight in. And then I just take my full pitcher of water and pour that in. Just a Alrighty, so for this next part, after I added in the 2 of the beef broth containers, a pitcher of water, the half of a white onion, some cilantro, and a tablespoon of the pho beef paste, I am adding in about a tablespoon of the aniseed, which is a really great ingredient. You also would need fish sauce, but I personally don't use it. I don't like anything seafood, and I'm also allergic, and I just really just don't like it. But after that, I add in the ginger powder. That is also about maybe a tablespoon and a half. Now all of this you kind of want to taste test beforehand and see if you want to add more. You can always add more later on, so I would generally start with something less and then continue to add more. I also forgot to add garlic on this one. I was so tired when I filmed this. I was just done. I was very exhausted. So I totally forgot to add garlic, but you would add minced garlic. I just get the pre-minced one in the oil, and I just add about a tablespoon of that as well. So I am going to mix everything together, and it honestly smells so delicious when you do that. It smells so fantastic. I just do have to say, if you don't like black licorice, the aniseed does smell a little bit like it, so just a heads up on that. It's a little weird at first, but you know, you deal with what you gotta deal with. So after that, I'm adding about maybe half a tablespoon of the kimchi base, and then I'm going to go in with a little bit of lime juice and sriracha, and then that is it for the base products. We'll see you on the next clip. Alright, so we're going to take the aniseed, the powder. I'm going to take about a tablespoon. I'll pour a little bit more in there. Okay, so that's about a tablespoon right there. And then we're going to take our dried ginger powder. This I haven't even used yet because I used up my other one on the chicken ramen. So we take, I would say, I'm not going to measure this part, but I would say about 2 tablespoons. I'll go ahead and just put that in there. Fresh ingredients would be best. But this is, I like to say this is kind of like the in-between of the instant and the legit pho. So I love it. And then I would say about 2 tablespoons of the hoisin sauce. I'm not going to measure it, I just eyeball, but I would just kind of, again, taste test it. That's about 2 tablespoons right there. And then kimchi base, I'm just literally not even measure it, just put maybe half a tablespoon of it in there. And then lime juice, normally you do that at the end, but I like to just add some in now. And I would say half a tablespoon. And then sriracha. Obviously, if you can't eat spicy, I don't think this is spicy, but if you think this is spicy, kind of go with what you think, but I don't think that is spicy at all, husband does not like spicy food because he's a big baby. Okay, so here is everything in the pot. It smells so good right now. And it smells just absolutely divine. But that's what that looks like. It's all stirred up and ready to go. And we are going to cover that and let it sit for 30 minutes, let everything cook down, the flavors mend together, and then later on we will cook our noodles and our beef, and I'll show you that whenever we get there. Okay, so it's been boiling, been sitting here for about 30 minutes. We're going to add our shaved beef, and I'm literally just going to drop it in. Normally you do it over the noodles, but I don't care to do that. So I literally just add it straight in. And it cooks very instant because it is so thinly shaved, like it is tiny. You can hardly see it. So the moment I drop it in is the moment it cooks. Okay, so I put my noodles in my little noodle cooker right here, the little noodle basket. So I'm just going to stir everything. And then make everything is nice and even in here. Okay, so I just quickly dropped it in. I just had a little difficulties with something because my cats were being insane, so I just quickly dropped it in and I'm going to let it cook. I like to lift it every so often and stir it. And then just let it sit and cook literally about a minute, or excuse me, usually about a minute or two. It takes a very, very, very quick time. These are the ones I use again, and I love them, so it doesn't take about a minute, two. Just kind of eyeball and watch it because it's actually almost done right now. And then I'm going to plate it up. Okay, so the noodles are done. Literally a minute and a half. I counted it. That's how long it takes. I have a bowl right here that I'm just going to put it in. And then I'm going to plate it. So I'm going to add some broth. I'm just lightly going to spoon it in. I got a ladle. Not a ladle, but a ladle-ish spoon. And just go ahead and take it. It has some of the beef, some of the onions, some of the cilantro. A bunch of that nice stock. And then I'm going to put some bean sprouts on top. I'm making sure to get some onions. And then put a tiny bit more broth. And then okay, so here's what it looks like. Got the bean sprouts, the onions, the nice flavorful broth, and the beef in there, and the noodles are at the bottom. But this is what it looks like, and it is done. It's ready to go. And I hope you guys enjoy, make it. I'm actually going to put some more lime and some sriracha on this, and then it'll be good to go for my liking. But I hope you guys make it. If you do, tag me on Instagram. Alright, thanks. Bye.